Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam Stuti series. As part of the Rudra Gita, today's shloka number 49 of chapter 24 of Canto 4. Simhaskandha tvisho bhibhrat
Simhaskandha tvisho vibhrat
saubhagagriva kaustubham
Saubhagagriva kaustubham
Shriyanapayinya kshipta
Shriyannapainya kshipta
Nikashashmuraso lalasat.
Nikashashmo raso lasat.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Simha,
Simha,
a lion.
a lion.
Skandha,
Skandha,
shoulders.
shoulders.
Tvishaha,
Tvishaha,
the coils of hair.
the coils of hair.
Bibhrat,
Bibhrat, bearing.
bearing. Saubhaga,
Saubhaga,
fortunate.
fortunate.
Griva,
Griva,
neck.
neck.
Kaustubham,
Kaustubham,
the pearl of the name.
the pearl of the name.
Shriya,
Shriya,
beauty.
beauty.
Anapayinya,
Anapainya,
never decreasing.
never decreasing.
Kshipta,
Kshipta,
defeating.
defeating.
Nikasha,
Nikasha,
the stone for testing gold.
the stone for testing gold.
Ashma,
Ashma,
stone.
stone.
Urasa,
Purasa,
with the chest.
with the chest.
Ullasat,
Ullasat,
glittering.
glittering.
Translation: the Lord has shoulders
The Lord has shoulders
just like a lion's.
just like a lion's.
Upon these shoulders
Upon these shoulders
are garlands,
are garlands,
necklaces,
necklaces,
and epaulets,
and epaulets,
and all of these are always glittering.
and all of these are always glittering.
Besides these, there is the beauty
there is the beauty
of the Kaustubha Mani pearl,
of the Kaustubha Mani pearl,
and on the dark chest of the Lord
and on the dark chest of the Lord
there are streaks named Śrīvatsa,
there are streaks named Śrīvatsa,
which are signs of the goddess of fortune.
which are signs of the goddess of fortune.
The glittering of these streaks
The glittering of these streaks
excels the beauty
excels the beauty
of the golden streaks
of the golden streaks
on a gold testing stone.
on a gold testing stone.
Indeed, such beauty
Indeed, such beauty
defeats a gold testing stone.
defeats a gold testing stone.
Reading from Srila Prabhupada's purport. The curling hair on the shoulders of a lion always appears very, very beautiful. Similarly, the shoulders of the Lord were just like a lion's, and the necklace and garlands along with the Kaustubha pearl necklace combined to excel the beauty of a lion. The chest of the Lord is streaked with Śrīvatsa lines, the sign of the goddess of fortune. Consequently, the Lord's chest excels the beauty of a testing stone for gold. The black siliceous stone on which gold is rubbed to test its value always looks very beautiful, being streaked with gold lines. Yet the chest of the Lord excels even such a stone in its beauty. So, Prabhupada is using examples, and of course Lord Shiva is using examples here of how we can compare something material and mundane to the Supreme Lord. So it is incomparable. The best we can do is try and understand with our own experience of life and using that experience to compare it to the Lord. But material comparisons are very, very pale. But what can we do? We are restricted to our own experience, and based on that, Lord Shiva is also using just basic experience of seeing a lion, of knowing that gold is tested using that black stone. They scratch the gold on that stone to see if it is pure or not. So using these limited knowledge that we have of the material world, we are trying to use a little bit of that knowledge to understand the greatness of the Lord. But they are no way a fair comparison. So Prabhupada always uses this analogy of the frog in the well. If you go and tell the frog in the well, do you know there is this gigantic Pacific Ocean? The frog only knows the water in its well. It does not know a pond, it does not know a lake, let alone an ocean. So it's like trying to explain to the frog the magnificence of the ocean, how large and vast and deep it is. So it's like that for us. Trying to explain the magnificence of the Lord is we can't comprehend it. So we have to use mundane examples to imagine how great the Lord is. So in the Vaikuntha world, everybody is four-headed because Lord Shiva here is describing Vishnu or Lord Narayana. So how do you identify who is the real Vishnu? Because everybody looks alike. Everybody has four hats. Everybody has the same complexion. Everybody seems to be decorated the same way. So there has got to be a way in which you can identify Lord Vishnu. So imagine if you go suddenly enter Vaikuntha, how will you find Vishnu? Well, hopefully Krishna will give you the memory of this class. So if you go into Vaikuntha, you'll remember how to recognize Vishnu. There is a shloka in the Bhagavatam Canto 11, chapter 5, shloka number 27. Dvapare Bhagavan Shyamaha Pitavasa Nijayudhaha Śrīvatsa Dibhir Ankaischa Lakshanair Upalakshitaha. Here, there is a description of the Lord. In Dwapar Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears with a dark blue complexion, wearing yellow garments. The Lord's transcendental body is marked in this incarnation with Śrīvatsa and other distinctive ornaments, and he manifests his personal weapons. We already discussed that the Lord carries the Shankha, Padma, Gadha, Chakra. So that's one way to identify the Lord. So what is this Śrīvatsa mark? It is described differently. Sometimes it is described as 3 streaks of silver hair on the Lord's chest. But if you go to Sri Vaishnava philosophy, if you see in Tirupati and the traditional South Indian temples where Lord Vishnu is residing, how do they represent this Śrīvatsa? They represent it as a triangle on the Lord's chest. And within that triangle or on top of the triangle is the residence of Lakshmi Devi. So I was just researching this, and I will just quickly read what I read about this triangle shaped. So there is a small triangle called the Śrīvatsa, and that is the residence of Lakshmi Devi. That this triangle represents Prakriti, the first principle of manifestation of energy in this material world. So one aspect of the triangle is that this is Prakriti. But within the triangle, they draw 3 leaves fitting that triangle. And these 3 leaves represent the 3 gunas that we come under the influence of, the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamogun. So it is said that every Vishnu avatar will have this Śrīvatsa mark. And as I was reading this, I was wondering if Krishna has a Śrīvatsa mark. I have to check on that. But every Vishnu avatar has this Śrīvatsa mark. Therefore, in all of the temples, you will see this mark on the Lord. And this is the only symbol which distinguishes the Lord from the others, the Jivatmas, in Vaikuntha. So it is that Śrīvatsa symbol. It is said it is on the right side of the Lord's chest. And therefore, because he's got the Śrīvatsa mark on him, he is also called Śrīvatsa Vakshaha, the one with the Śrīvatsa symbol on his chest. So it is the sitting place of Lakshmi Devi. So if you can remember Bhrigu Maharaj's pastime, I don't know if any of you all know about this pastime. I'm sure many of you have heard of this. So there is a debate among one sadhu sangha as to who is the supreme personality of Godhead. Because technically speaking, there are three of them that we know of. Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, and Brahmadev. So there is one debate that is going on. And this is among the devatas. They are having some debate. So each person thinks one personality is supreme. So they decide once and for all, we have to resolve this matter. We need to know who is the supreme among these three personalities. So they elect Bhrigu Muni to do some research and find out who is the topmost. So he is supposed to be the judge. Bhrigu is the son of Lord Brahma. So he goes on a yatra to figure out who is the topmost. So he approaches his father first and to test their personalities. See, he approaches his father first. Generally, when you see your parents first thing in the morning, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to offer them obeisances and you are supposed to glorify them. This is actually what Shastras say we have to do for our parents. Because then you are in the right mood, no? You are not going to get irritated and angry with your parents first thing in the morning. If the first thing in the morning you wake up, you are supposed to offer your obeisances to your parents and also glorify them. Well, Bhrigu Muni did not do that. He just started talking to his father, like as if, oh, we are just good friends, you know. No obeisances, no glorification. So Brahma got very angry with his son. And Bhrigu walks away. Then he approaches Lord Shiva. So the first thing is the physical offense. The physical offense of not offering obeisances to someone who is senior to you, especially your parent. So now comes Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the older brother of Bhrigu, right? So again, elderly person. So here, although Lord Shiva is elderly, still there is some respect that is owed to Lord Shiva. But what does Bhrigu Muni do? He critiques Lord Shiva. As soon as he meets him, he says, what is this? I always see you with ashes on your body, scorpions wandering over your body, snakes around your neck. I mean, what kind of personality are you? There's lack of cleanliness in you, etc. Of course, Shiva also got very, very upset. And he starts chasing his brother. He said, how dare you insult me? So Bhrigu escapes. Then somehow or the other, I don't know how he entered Vaikuntha, but he enters Vaikuntha. And what does he do? Without any permission, nothing. He just steps on the Lord's chest. The chest where Lakshmi Devi resides. So Lakshmi Devi gets very upset. Although she is massaging the Lord's lotus feet, she's like, how dare you put your foot on my house? But how does Lord Vishnu respond? He immediately wakes up from his yoga nidra. He catches hold of Bhrigu Muni's feet and he says, are you okay? You know, you put your leg on the hardest place that you could find, which is my chest. So Vishnu was showing so much compassion for Bhrigu that he massaged his leg and said, I am sure you must have gotten some hurt because this is the hardest place. So in this way, Bhrigu Muni understood that Lord Vishnu represented Sattvagun, right? Whereas Brahma represents Rajagun, Lord Shiva represents Tamogun. Not that they are Rajas or Tamas, they just represent that particular guna. So among the guna avatars, Bhrigu Maharaj understood that it was Vishnu who was superior among these avatars. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a wonderful shloka which talks about various coverings of our consciousness. No? Dhumena vriyate vanhi, this is in the 3rd chapter, 38th shloka. Yatha darsho malena cha yatholbena vrito garbha tatha tenedam avritam. Where Krishna is explaining that the Jivatmas may have 3 different levels of contaminations. The lowest level of contamination of consciousness, Krishna uses the analogy of fire that is covered by smoke. Even though the fire is covered by smoke, you can still see the fire. So it's the least amount of contamination. Then a little higher level of contamination of consciousness, Krishna uses the analogy of a mirror covered by dust. A little bit of effort is required to remove the dust. Once the dust is removed, the mirror is visible to you. And the highest level of contamination, Krishna uses the analogy of an embryo being covered by the womb. So it's a very tight space. That is the highest level of contamination. So each of us is carrying these varying degrees of contamination, and through these contaminations, we may not be able to understand who the Supreme Lord is. Although Lord Shiva is glorifying the Lord, and we are relishing this kind of glorification, this kind of description of the Lord, still we are not able to fully appreciate the Lord's magnanimity, the Lord's magnificence, the Lord's kindness and mercy. We are not able to comprehend that. Right? So Prahlad Maharaj was asked a very simple question. Why do you worship Vishnu? Why did you select Vishnu above everybody else? So he said, I don't know. Just like the iron rod gets automatically attracted to the magnet in its physical presence, he also got automatically attracted to Lord Vishnu because of the merciful glance of his spiritual master Narada Muni. Even though he never saw Narada Muni, he was inside the womb when he was hearing Harikatha, inside the womb of Kayadu. So what we can understand by this is that if we are covered with contamination, how can we be attracted to the Lord? If we are covered with contamination, it means we have committed some offenses. So if we are filled with offenses, we will not be naturally attracted to the Lord. If we are leading an offenseless life, then naturally you'll get attracted to the Lord. So just like if iron has little rust on it, it will not get attracted to the magnet. But once that iron is cleansed, then that iron is automatically attracted to the magnet. So the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita that Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaityan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. This is in the 14th chapter of the very last shloka of that chapter. The Lord says, one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. So it's the contamination of consciousness that is preventing us from appreciating and loving the Lord fully, unconditionally. And it is this contamination that the Lord is saying, you have to engage yourself in devotional service. But you have to engage yourself fully in devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances. And when we do this, we can transcend the 3 modes of material nature. What is actually causing this contamination? The root cause of everything is ajnana, ignorance. So that is how Shastras help us overcome this ignorance. When you are hearing and reading the purport from a bona fide parampara, then you can also slowly come out of this stage of ignorance. But avidya is the root cause of all suffering for us. The root cause of all duality is this avidya or ignorance.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.